Hello, my name is Vara. My major is engineering sciences, and I will be presenting my final presentation for class engineering 1628-63. So, a summarization of what we did this semester was we used two softwares, AutoCAD and MATLAB. AutoCAD is an engineering software that we use to make 2D and 3D models of different shapes. Within AutoCAD, we're tasked with using polyline functions, snap functions, line tools, arcs, circles, um, pretty much just any function to help us draw. And MATLAB is another software that we used, specifically used for engineers to analyze, design, and test different systems. The projects that we did do in MATLAB showed us how to solve mathematical equations by creating scripts and using code to help solve them. My presentation today will be on AutoCAD specifically. So yeah, to first understand AutoCAD, we need to understand the user interface of AutoCAD. So this is my home screen whenever I start a new project. So in the top left, it's the menu. It's where you can save your progress. You can print. You can do anything. Just any normal menu drop down would give you. Below that is the toolbar, which I'll talk in depth in the next slide about. Along that toolbar is the panels, or the different panels. And this one, there's about 10 different panels that you can utilize when drawing. And right above the properties panel, there is the info center, which basically, if you're ever confused on what a tool does or just trying to figure out something, you can type in that tool. So if I was stuck on what the mirror tool in the modify panel does, I can type in mirror and it would give me a description on what it is, how it can be used, stuff like that. And then on the white in the top right hand corner is the compass. So like I said before, AutoCAD can be used to make 2D and 3D modelings. So we can utilize the compass to show the top down, the side views, the bottom, pretty much just anywhere we want to see. And then below that, there's just quick tools, and it mainly has a pan function or a zoom in function. So the pan function helps to move around the area, your workspace pretty much. And then zoom in is zoom in. You can zoom in, zoom out, get a close up, whatever you need. And then on the bottom, there is the command line. The command line can be used to help um, whatever you need. So I primarily use the command line to help with my dimensioning and units. So in the command line, I would type in dim, dim, and then I think it's sty. And when I hit enter, it would take me to a drop-down menu where I can change the units, any settings that I need to help follow the rules that and the project that I've been given. And then in the bottom left-hand corner is the origin. So it's 2D and 3D. So right now it's a 2D background, so it only have an X and Y coordinate. But in a 3D, it would have X, Y, and Z. Z for depth, Y for height, X for length. And yeah, this is pretty much the user interface. It's simple enough to understand. So yeah. And then, like I said, the toolbar, that's pretty much all you're going to use in AutoCAD. So on the left-hand side is basically what you need to draw. Or yeah, it has the line, the poly function, circles, arcs. So as you can see, there's a drop-down menu in the circle and arcs page. So in those, if I wanted to draw a circle with specific diameter, I can click, there's a option for that. So I'll click it, set the middle point of the circle, and then type in my diameter, and it'll create a circle based on that diameter. And also has one for arc too, and whatever you may need. And then in the modify section, that's basically to fine tune your drawing. So if you wanted to copy, so if you've drawn something and it's taking you a while and you need two of them, you can just use that copy. It'll make two of the same. And then mirror, so you can only do you can do like half the work if it's symmetrically, if the thing you're drawing is symmetrical, you can just draw half of it and then mirror that onto the other side. And then stretch and scale, they're their respective descriptions. Stretch, you can just make it bigger. Scale, you can make it bigger without changing the sizes of things. And then on the left side, like I said before, there's the layers and the utilities. These isn't really used for the actual drawing. It's more of that it can help your drawings. So layers, like I said, can be used if you just want to like make sure you aren't messing up. And then utilities is utilities. This is the dimensioning tab. So as where it says precision, that is basically what I use during the assignments we were given to help make sure we were staying on track. So in some projects we would have to use 4 units. In others we would just use 1 or maybe just whole numbers. It depends on the thing, but the dimension helps to be as accurate as you can in your drawing. This is the base. This is one of our projects that we did. So at the start, some of these didn't have numbers, and we were tasked to find the missing arc degrees, and I just used the measure tool to help find the lengths, and then just subtracted. Simple enough. This focuses on the line tool. So the line tool, you can just type in. So type in where you want to start from, and then you can type in how long you want that line, and then based on that, you can create the drawing. Simple enough. Just make sure you're following it. You just have to pretty much follow what rules you were given. And then this focuses on the mirror tool or the copy tool. So since this is symmetrically, it's symmetrical down the middle horizontally. So I just did the bottom part of it, or yeah, I just did the bottom part of it where the circle is. And then after I completed that, I selected the entire thing, clicked on the mirror tool, and then basically just flip it over on itself. And I got that, and it worked. So this more again on the mirror tool. It's symmetrical down the middle vertically. So take one side, make sure you do everything correctly. All the measurements are correct, and then once you're done, select it all, mirror it, and bada bing, bada boom, there you are. This focuses on the array tool. So the array tool, it's basically like mirror tool, but it's focused around circles. So say I draw a circle, just one circle, but I need a specific, say I need like in this instance 8. I can draw that one circle where it needs to be, click on the array tool, type in how many I need, and then how much the spacing needs to be, and that's how you get the array tool to work and how it shows in here. This is using the tangent radius tool. So the outside edge, so it's the tangent radius is a drop down in the circle menu that if you have 2 tangents, right, you can basically just, so how I did this drawing was I did the 3 circles in the middle, and then I took the outer diameter, so where it says radius is 0.5, and I just made 3 circles on top of those 3 middle circles, and then I took the tangent radius tool and clicked on the top circle and the bottom right circle, and it created a line for me, and then I used the crop tool to get rid of the excess parts that I didn't need, and then just did that, and that is how I used the tangent radius tool. This is the different snap settings. So in AutoCAD, there's snap settings such as perpendicular, midpoints, and basically it's just utilizing your skills from before. So like line tools, radiuses, arcs, circles. So yeah, the snap tool helps to, instead of guessing where you want to put it, it automatically fits it. So where it says the midpoints, I can just do the other things and then click a snap point, and it would snap to the midpoint of that line. And then this is the mirror and perpendicular snap tool. So in some instances, so where the arrow is pointing, right, those 2 lines are perpendicular. I would never be able to just guess where the perpendicular, so the perpendicular snap tool, I can make one line and then click where I want it on another line, and it'll make that automatically perpendicular. And then mirror tool, I can just, how a mirror works. This is 3D drawing. So 3D drawings uses the isoplane, which helps to give it that 3D look, if you will. So how it goes in increments of 30 degrees, 60 degrees, or 90 degrees to help with giving it that 3D look. So I pretty much just utilize that. And then where you see that black part, it's also giving it a 3D effect, but that is called hatching. Hatching pretty much just shades in or gets rid of an area that you don't really need without altering your drawing. And then pretty much just the same thing. But in this instance, we were only given, so on this, I was given just a few measurements, not all of these measurements, so I had to use like math and to figure out the different lengths to help draw this. And then this is just using the isoplane and math again. So how it works is we just start in a corner and work your way from there using the different measurements you're given. AutoCAD really isn't that hard, so it's a very intuitive software that has taught me a lot, considering I didn't even know what AutoCAD was at the beginning of this semester. So it's taught me a lot, and it can help you with many things, such as 2D and 3D drawings mainly. And it's not really that hard to learn, and honestly, it's pretty fun to do. I really enjoyed doing AutoCAD and the assignments. It was really, I'd say it's a way to de-stress from what you might, with other homework that you might have. It's honestly, AutoCAD is pretty fun. And that is my presentation for today. I hope you enjoyed learning about AutoCAD, and thank you very much.